Okay, so today we're here at the little US digital indicator, and the last video I did on this, we hooked up this little switch to turn it on where it says hi and then comes on, and we can use the remote control to control the numbers and the lights. So today I want to add to this control by using the rest of the switches here to operate the indicator. So we have 3 buttons and 2 switches. So what I was thinking, we'll have our up and down buttons simply turn up and down the numbers. So you'll press up, it'll increase the number, you press down, it'll decrease the number. Then we have our 2 switches. So this silver switch here will turn on the up arrow, and this red switch will turn on the down arrow. And then we're gonna hook up this run button where you will have a little kind of elevator simulator almost. So you'll press run and then use the remote control to select the floor you want it to simulate going to. The actual build for this is going to be pretty simple. All we need to do is hook up 5 individual wires. We have 5 inputs, so we'll need to bring 5 wires up to the top. We already have power down the switch, so I can use this little 10K resistor right here. Got the wire snake right here full of lots of wires. This will be a short little video of hooking all this up, and then we'll see what it does when I'm finished. So let's go ahead and start working on the snake. Alright, so from the big mama snake, we have a little baby snake. And this little snake has 5 wires in it. And it's all wrapped together. And what we need to do now is take this and put it all the way down this metal tube, or the shelf bracket here, along with the other 2 wires. This has to go all the way to the bottom, and then we can hook everything up down here. Okay, you can see here the little snake is put in. And the wires are down here, so we need to attach each wire to a little button, and then all that up to the Arduino. Alright, taking a look behind the panel, here's the snake, and you can see all of the wires are hooked up to their respective connections. So this is black, white, blue, red, and gray. Those are the colors I have, and so I know what each one does. So now I need to attach the wires up here to the Arduino board right there. Alright, so the 5 wires are now hooked up to the Arduino board. Next thing we gotta do is do some programming. So let's program and see what happens. Alright, so it's been about 2 months since I've worked on this project. The last thing I needed to do was program this thing, and I did end up doing that. So after doing a bit of programming, this is what we have. Obviously we can power on the indicator with the switch, but now we have a few more features. We can use these 2 switches to turn on and off the lights. We can use the red switch to turn on the down light, and we can use the silver switch to turn on the up light. Using the up and down buttons, we can control the floors. Pressing up increases the floor, and pressing down decreases the floor. You can go all the way down to 0 and a maximum of 9. And obviously we can use the remote control to control the indicator. So that's working out all nice. But we have the issue of the IR receiver. Now, I've currently taken the IR receiver off. And if we take a look up here, we can see the wires which used to go to the receiver and the old receiver here. So we cannot use the remote at this moment. But the next step in this project is we're going to attach the IR receiver to here, because before I had it on there with just a breadboard, and that's not really how we want to do it. So right here I have a few extra shelf clips that I've made. These are the same clips that I use to attach these buttons for various features on my parts display. And we're going to use one of these as a kind of base and a little holder for the IR receiver. So this one right here fits inside, because these holes are actually a little bit different length. They're not all the same. But we can use this clip here, and I think we'll clip it in somewhat like this. So what I think we'll do is take the little IR receiver which we have here, we'll bend the pins and drill 3 small little holes so it goes through the back, solder some wires onto it, and hook it up to the board. here we have the finished product, which is just a little clip with 3 wires that come off the back, white, black, and blue, which are the same colors as I used up here, so it'll make it really easy to color code and get this thing hooked up. Okay, we can see here that the IR receiver is now mounted onto the shelf, and the wires are up here and hooked up to the board. Conceal these wires a little bit, they're kind of obnoxiously in the way. Probably just going to tape them all together and just compact them a bit because we don't want to see those. But let's test to see if it works. And we take our remote and we give it a try. And look at that, it works. All the way up to 9. So I'd say that's a huge success, and it looks really nice mounted up there. So the next thing I'd like to do, and this will be the final part of this project, is to incorporate the run button. Now currently the run button doesn't do anything. So this is going to take a little bit of coding and no hardware adjustments, but just some software adjustments. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that Arduino off, get into the code, and make this do something. So let's see what happens in the end. Okay, after about an hour or so of programming and tweaking and a little bit of wire management, I'd say this particular project for this indicator is complete. So let's go ahead and break down what we've done in this video and see what this indicator can do now. Of course, we've had the on-off switch here, so when we turn this on, it says hi and it comes to life, just like before. We can use the remote control on our nicely new and incorporated IR receiver, nice and built in. We can use that to control the numbers. And we can also use this from a little bit further away, and we can point it kind of around now. It doesn't have to be way up there on the top, so that's a lot better. Then of course we added all these controls here. We've got our up and down buttons, our switches, and the run button. Using the up and down buttons, we can increase and decrease the value on the indicator by 1, going all the way down to 0, and if we hold it down, we can increase it all the way up to 9. Using the 2 switches, we can turn on and off the arrows. The old inspection and normal switch turns on and off the up arrow, and the old stop switch turns on and off the down arrow. And finally, we have the run feature. Now, this is something I've been wanting to implement into this indicator, and I think I found the perfect way to do it. Basically, what this does is simulates an elevator call. If we press the run button, a red light turns on the Arduino. And now the indicator is in run mode. So the next thing to do is to take your remote control and give it an input floor. So in this case, we're going to set it up to floor 5. You can see when I push 5, the up arrow turns on, and it will simulate running up to the 5th floor. And it has now arrived at the 5th floor. Turning the light off lets us see this a little bit better. Press run, and we choose the floor. Let's go to 1. And here we are at the 1st floor. We'll go ahead and do it one more time and we'll go all the way up to 9. And here we are at the 9th floor. And if we want to bring it back down, we can flip on the down switch and press the down button. Now we're here at 5. Run. 1. And you'll see it goes down to the 1st floor. So that is going to conclude this project video. I hope you enjoyed it. Now this is the 3rd video I have done on this indicator. If you'd like to see the original controller, this thing here, up in the corner of the screen right now, there's the video to seeing this interesting contraption. And then, if you'd like to see when I added the Arduino to it, again in the corner, there's the video to adding the Arduino. And of course that brings us here to what we have now, with the Arduino, the new sensor, and these controls. I'm really happy with the way this came out. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the progress from this thing as I added these new features. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.